You know, the simple things in life are usually the best. You're just walking in the woods aimlessly. It's just got a different feel to it. You know what I mean? You're not really achieving anything, you're not doing anything, but it's so healing, it's so peaceful, isn't it? Walking up on some bluebells as well, just to add to the magic of the woods. I'll show you guys in a minute. Gratitude is the key, guys. Gratitude is the key. Stay connected with nature. Get outside in nature as much as possible. Even if the weather isn't that great. It's just... Bluebells there behind me. It's just amazing. Come on, look at this. I'm going to switch the camera around. I'm going to show you the bluebells. Look at this. This is the spring here in this wonderful magical land of Ireland. Oh, yes. Look at this. As I'm stumbling up the hill. So beautiful. Magical. You'd expect fairies to be lurking, wondering what I'm up to. Ah, it smells so good here. So good. It's great to be alive. Nature provides everything. Nature even provides peace. You just go outside and you just reclaim your peace, because you realize the modern world is not really a place of peace, is it? It's not in balance. So we have to find that balance within ourselves. And nature gives us a hint. Nature is not overly masculine or overly feminine. It's just right in the sweet spot in the center. It just allows everything to be. It allows everything just to flourish and grow. It's allowing. So let's talk about the divine masculine and divine feminine, or masculine and feminine energies. Masculine in its extreme, when it's off balance, when it's not connected to the feminine. It's the tyrant, the control freak, the dictator, the rule maker, the rule keeper, the punisher, the totalitarian. Lacks imagination, lacks creativity. Whoa, I'm slipping. And then go to the opposite extreme. Whoa, I'm falling. Okay. The opposite extreme, the dark feminine. The extreme depths of the feminine. We're out of reach of the masculine. The feminine is the victim, the conjurer, the manipulator, the backstabber. All the dark aspects of the feminine that you can imagine are there. It doesn't trust the masculine, and the dark masculine doesn't trust the feminine. And you see this reflected in society, on social media. Relationships are really messed up because people have this very off-balance perspective of masculine and feminine energy. So they lack trust on both sides. The masculine doesn't trust the feminine, and the feminine doesn't trust the masculine. And they'll bring up all the reasons why, and they're both right, but they're also both wrong. A masculine that doesn't feel appreciated by the feminine is going to become bitter. He's going to become over-controlling, possessive. And the feminine is going to respond by going into her dark feminine, and she's going to not trust the masculine. She's going to feel like she's the victim, and she's going to be rebellious, and she's going to do all the things that's going to confirm the masculine's negative bias about the feminine. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's an infinity loop between the masculine and feminine, and it's kind of sad, but there's a way out of it. There's a way out. And it's doing the inner work. It's not blaming, not shaming, because nobody's squeaky clean here. We're both, the masculine and the feminine, are playing our part in this little dance. Each one of us, masculine and feminine, we just want to feel loved. We just want to feel heard and appreciated and respected. There's no one really to blame. Because if you start the blame game, it just goes back and forth into eternity. It just keeps going. I've experienced this in my relationships in the past, and it just keeps repeating over and over and over again. So, what's the key? What's the answer? Surrender. Stop playing into the negative beliefs. Start loving yourself. Lay down your boundaries with love. If you love yourself, you will only accept love. You'll stop playing into arguments. You'll stop trying to defend yourself, but instead just express love. Keep showing up for yourself. Again, there's nothing to do but hold space. Now, for you masculines, I'll say this. When your feminine is in an emotional state, when she's in a more darker place, it's not for you to go into your dark defensive corner, but instead it's for you to just understand what is happening. Her pain has taken control of her. So whatever she says to you, understand this. Now, if you love her and you are devoted to building a life with your feminine, then you must do this. You must hold space for her. You must be her rock. Okay? Someone has to break this cycle. I'm a masculine, so I'm speaking to my masculines here for now. The feminine wants to feel safe. If you argue with her, instead of just allowing her to express herself so that she feels heard, if you just allow her to do that, she'll feel safer. Okay? Because these are ingrained patterns from childhood trauma, from the past, from previous relationships. And I know you don't deserve to have to deal with that, but the fact is, you want to spend the rest of your life with this feminine, then you have to accept all of her, the darkness and everything. Because she has to accept your darkness too, remember? If you want her to love you unconditionally, then you have to love her unconditionally. You have to accept everything that comes with her. Otherwise, stop wasting her time and let her true divine masculine show up, if it's not you. Feminines, it's kind of the same thing the other way around. The masculine wants to feel appreciated, feel heard, respected. You both bring a piece to the table. You're supposed to be a team, be a unit together. He's not your dictator. He's not your enemy. He's not your superior. He's the masculine aspect. And when you both live in balance, then you complement each other. And you feel safe with him. He feels safe and respected with you. Understanding is needed between the masculine and the feminine. But it's not going to happen by arguing with each other. Instead, it's actually trying to understand what's happening. What is happening is the pain is coming to the surface in both of you, in the feminine and the masculine. And the pain that the inner child within both of you is playing out this drama. But it's not real, because if you didn't love each other, if he didn't love you, he wouldn't be in this dance with you. There wouldn't be this push and pull thing going on. But the reason it's happening is because you both don't understand how or what is happening, even though you know that you love each other. Because if you really sit down and really be honest with each other, you know that you love each other. You've expressed it many times, right? But then this split personality takes over, right? Where you feel really vulnerable, you feel scared, you don't feel safe, you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel heard or understood. You feel taken for granted, right? You both feel like that. And you're triggering that pain within each other. And just understand that you're going into your extremes. So you're either, and either of you can do this, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. You can both either go into dark feminine or dark masculine. You know, you can go into the victim or the dictator mindset. But you needn't go into those extremes. You need to be in that center point in the middle between the masculine and the feminine. Maybe there's a certain ratio. Maybe it's like, for most men, it's like maybe 80% masculine, 20% feminine, and then the opposite for the feminine, which is like 80% feminine and 20% masculine. When you experience that pain that brings you back into that regress state, you have to be in that pain. And that pain is not the other person's fault, right? The pain is your trigger. The pain is exposing an aspect of yourself that you need to love and appreciate more. Unresolved childhood trauma, most likely. A wounding. Abandonment wound. That's what it is. It's usually an abandonment wound. So that's where you, as that individual, masculine or feminine, you have to show up for yourself. It's not the other person's responsibility. You have to show up for yourselves in the relationship, and then you show up for each other. Because when you understand that you're actually both going through the same pain, the same abandonment wound, then you have a greater understanding of what's happening, and you can actually be there for each other, and you can have a healthy, peaceful relationship. It is possible, and you will get there. The feminine needs to learn to trust the masculine, to not be so defiant and rebellious against the masculine. The masculine needs to soften up his grip. He needs to be less possessive. He needs to be more free, allow more nurturing energy and allowing energy. And if we both do this, then we start to create harmony. You have to trust each other. That's the key. And you have to accept each other for all of your weaknesses, your darknesses, and your inconsistencies. So basically what you're doing is coming closer to the center, both of you, taking a step forward each to that center where peace is found. Oh. It's all about surrender, gratitude, and just allowing things to be. And when you experience the pain, just be in the pain. feel it, nurture it, and understand what it is. Oh, this is my triggers again. You don't need to rush to your partner and say, oh, I feel like this because you did this, you did that. No, that's just the trigger. That pain is already within you. That's been with you since you were a child, since that event, whenever it was, when you first felt that abandonment wound. You can go back to your past. Maybe you can remember some memories that triggered that first abandonment wound. And be there for yourself. Be there for that younger version of yourself. And imagine giving yourself a great big hug and telling yourself everything is all right. You are taken care of. You are loved. I love you unconditionally. I'm always here for you. That's showing up for yourself. And breathe. Breathe and get out into nature. Have conversations with your partner. Ask your partner how they are, how they feel. Is there anything on their mind? Be open. Be approachable. This goes for the masculines and the feminines. Be approachable. Try to not be defensive, but just understand what each other is trying to express. And understand that usually the triggered states always the triggered states are the past coming back up to the surface, past pains that haven't been resolved, haven't been healed, and you both have them. So it's no good to judge each other for them. Don't look down on your partner because they still have unhealed trauma. A lot of this pain doesn't actually come up until you come into a relationship of a high level where there's a deep connection. Those triggers won't come up in lesser relationships. So part of your purpose together is to bring up that pain in each other so it can be transmuted, so it can be healed, so that you can free up your energy to build your empire together, to do what you're both most passionate about in life. You want to build together, right? So you don't want to be wasting your energy in conflict and constantly feeling pain and mistrust and being impulsive and defiant and controlling and manipulative. You don't want to do that. No. No. You want to love. You want to be at peace. Everyone wants to be at peace. This is universal. And you deserve this. Everybody deserves this. Take care of each other by first taking care of yourself. Everything is okay. I also offer coaching. So if you want to book in a session with me, you can direct message me, DM me on here, and I will give you my WhatsApp details, and we'll have a quick video call to confirm that I am who I say I am. I am Jeremiah. Well, I am Anthony Jeremiah, and thank you for watching my video once again. And we'll book you in then for a session. The sessions cost €300, and they will usually take as long as they need to take, usually a couple of hours. But I want to really get down to the nitty-gritty with you, so it really, really brings value and clarity to your situation. I'm here for you. That's my passion, my dream, and my desire to help my brothers and sisters. Peace and love. Talk to you later. This tree here, look, this one. This one is actually falling down and it's resting against this other tree here. The wind is pushing it and it's creaking. It's kind of scary. because it does look like it could fall at any moment, because it's just resting against a pretty small limb up there. But it's quite symbolic of codependency, codependent relationships. You know? So one person, which is represented by this tree, is holding up the other. But eventually, both trees are going to come down, because this one is dragging down the other one. And that's a lot of relationships, unfortunately, isn't it? There's no balance. Somebody's not taking accountability for themselves. That tree is not taking accountability. It doesn't have strong roots, deep roots. It hasn't nurtured self-love, has it? So now it's leaning on the other.